The chat show is, of course, an American phenomenon, and it never was meant to be an interview show as such. And the thing is, all the American hosts were entertainers themselves. I had always wanted to do a chat show because I'd always enjoyed interviewing people on radio, and then the chance came. It wasn't what I expected because I was given a list of questions for this first guest, and I didn't prepare any of it myself. It was done through arrangement with the guests' representatives, and it was George Segal, the American actor.
He's brought more than a touch of class to his many film roles, and he is George Segal.
And this girl gave me a list of questions, and the first one was, "You're still a handsome man, aren't you?" And I said, "I can't ask him that." And she said, "But he is." I said, "Yes, but you see, you're 19... and I'm not, and you're a girl, and I'm not. I really can't say that." So I knew then what I was up against on the very first question of the very first show.
Do you feel... Now, this is going to kill you. Do you feel you've improved with age, George?
Like a fine wine? Yes.
Excellent. What about as a child, though? Were you a handsome devil then, or is it something that has grown with the years?
Mel Brooks was one of my favourite guests, radio or television.
Thank you, and good night.
And at one point he said to me, "Will you ask me," before we went on, "will you ask me this question?" And we didn't plan questions really between us. I was rarely asked by the guest. So I said, "All right," because he was such a nice guy. And the question was, "You lost your father at an early age." And it wasn't a very strong question. And I said to him on the show, "Oh, you lost your father at an early age?"
No, my father died. Michael, if we lost him, we would have sent people out to find him.
I thought, is that what that was all about? Well, never mind. On with the show. So, and that was that. And then 9 months later, I got a letter from America with a $600 check in it from a film company, a television company, who put on a program about what happens when you ask stupid questions. So this was my fee for being a fool. I know the best thing on television, always have done, is when things go wrong. I almost will them to happen so that you can ad-lib or do something.
Well, I mean, football. Does Helen love football?
Helen? Get out of here, Helen.
Rachel. What is...
But say it almost... She told me not to come on this show.
My Oliver Reed moment was great. I mean, I knew as he was getting nearer the studio from the phone calls from the researchers saying he just had another quadruple gin and tonic, that's what we were going to get. I wasn't quite ready for the figure that lurched on with this great jug of what appeared to be orange juice and quite unkempt and looked as if he'd just come out of a punch-up.
Gin and orange?
Sort of.
But nevertheless, I thought, this is television. This is good telly. People are going to talk about this, even if we don't get any coherent conversation.
And it was at the end of the 60s, and I don't know how it goes. It goes, "I was known as a wild one by all the folks around. I was known as a wild one by all the folks around. Baby, I just wanna die. Folks around by the other guy."
Few kind of pseudo punch-ups do ensue on the shows. I remember when Robin Day completely misread Ben Elton and thought that he didn't know who he was, really.
But you've got to admire the professionalism of that link, haven't you? I mean, I busked Churchill, and before we know it, we're back to your bow tie. I mean, that was impressive.
Would you do me a favour? Could you just shut up for 2 minutes?
He hadn't done any homework, and he started going to this Morecambe and Wise routine, slapping his cheeks and all that, and Ben was really cross.
I'd love to just get your jowls and slap them together like that. Yeah. Just like
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
Can I do that to you?
this is weird. I don't understand this at all.
Now, Bruce, that was a great number. You're actually best qualified of all these people here for being in the restaurant business, aren't
That's
you?
right, that is correct.
And you were
When Planet Hollywood was opened in London, the three sort of main representatives of that place, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone and Bruce Willis, came into the studios. We had cameras at that place.
The Bond theme, as you're aware, very much aware, is a feature of the London Planet Hollywood, and two of your friends are here before us to give us a special preview, Don Johnson and Melanie Griffith. Hello, folks, can you hear us? We've interrupted you.
Oh, sorry.
And the whole evening, the whole interview was an unashamed advertisement for that place. I was even given a leather jacket which had Planet Hollywood all over the back of it.
This is for you.
Wow.
Now, of course, we couldn't make it in linen, whatever, but whatever you want, we'll do for you.
Thank you very much. That's
And
for
the
me?
hat.
And I knew then that I felt so dismal. And I got in the lift the next morning, and one of the chief executives of London Weekend Television said, "Bit of product placement there last night, Aspel?" I thought, yeah. And that was the nadir, I think.
Meanwhile, let me say thanks for your company and more power to your elbow, if that's possible, to Bruce Willis, Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone.
Shortly after that, I packed it in.